And those are the answers to the test. No, just kidding, gentlemen. It's the last class, 727, and what I wanted to do to begin things is I just wanted to set kind of the record straight in terms of what the expectations are going to be for this last class, because apparently the professor and a student in the class are taking some sort of trip tomorrow. Where is the professor and one of the students in the class going, Miss Emily Tausman?
Disneyland.
Yeah, we're going to Disneyland out in California, and apparently the professor knew this coming in, because if you remember on the second day after Memorial Day, I was like right there, like we're starting. And the whole reason for that was because I knew tonight would actually be it. So we're going to try to make things relatively straightforward. What we're going to do tonight is we actually have 4 different data sets, and what I'm going to do with you is I'm going to show you in the face-to-face, and Beverly with your files as well, how to actually do the right statistics for that information. And then what I'm going to ask that you do is, for the competency part of things, simply go and change one number in each of the 4 data sets, and then you'll basically do the data analysis here. Or Beverly, you've got access to the Jefferson College SPSS, correct?
Right.
And so you'll do that out here, and then what I'm going to ask that you do is basically write out the notes of what we did, why we did it, what the statistical and real-world conclusions are, so that when you're faced with doing SPSS in another class, you'll have all the notes and information. The other thing I'm going to ask is, while we're going through this, I'll also share a little bit about the logic of why we're doing this kind of analysis. So if you could take some notes on that, like we're going to do a 2-factor ANOVA, we're going to do a chi-square. Hopefully you can have some information in what you create that actually has that as well, so that the more information you have, the better off it's going to be for your future. The other thing I will show you how to do is, when you create these things, for your documentation in the Word file, I'm going to try to show you how to take an output screen and actually just copy and paste that into a Word file. Alexis, have you done that before with some of these things?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Emily, I don't think you've done that either. Beverly, have you ever taken some of the SPSS output we've had and put it into a Word file?
Yeah, it's really easy.
Yeah, it's just you go and grab the right one and you do copy, and then you go into Word and you do paste, because that'll be really good to have, because if you don't have that, then you won't really know what you're, or I won't know what you're talking about. So we'll show you how to do that, and we will review the articles we had from last week integrated into the conversation here, because the data sets I'm creating for this week are kind of based on what you did last week.
Okay.
Does that, Emily, does that make sense for you? Alexis, is that all right by your end?
Yes.
And Beverly, does that sound good from your end as well?
Yes.
All right, so I'll stop the first recording here, assuming that the gentlemen may at one point need to be listening to this and then doing it for themselves. They may have to come in here to use SPSS. So I'll stop the first one here.